You're not good enough. Nobody really cares about the things you do. Someday I'll get around to that.
Does anybody else have that little voice in the back of their mind that just lies to them as they go about their day? Over the past few weeks, I've been super busy with end of the school year activities, beginning of the gardening season chores, and just everyday real life activities. And as I've been going about my day, I've been noticing this background track that keeps running in my mind. And my friends, let me tell you, that background track is not my friend, and it's just full of lies. So I thought maybe some of you might also have a background track running in your mind that tells you lies, and that maybe we could talk today about the lies that I tell myself and things that I'm doing to fight against those lies.
One of the lies I tell myself is that no one appreciates what I do around here. Sometimes as I'm working on a project or completing one of the house tasks on my list, I realize that I'm grumbling to myself as I work about how what I'm doing will never even be noticed or appreciated by anybody but me. And here's the thing, it may not be. Honestly, what 13 or 16-year-old cares about whether or not the doors are white and clean? Chances are they've never even noticed that the doors were dirty in the first place, let alone noticed that they've been cleaned. To combat this lie, I've been asking myself one very important question. Who am I doing this for? Usually, I end up realizing that I'm really just doing it for myself. I've found something around the house that bothers me, and I've decided that it needs to be taken care of, so I eventually start on the task. It is completely unfair of me to then complain that no one else appreciates or values what I'm doing when they didn't ask me to do it in the first place. So my weapon against this lie is to remind myself of the true audience and motivation for my work. One of the most ridiculous lies I tell myself is that I'm going to use this random item someday.
Like this giant roll of foam. I bought this about maybe 15 years ago when we lived in our old house. I was going to make some bench seats in the windows for reading, and I just never got it done. So when we moved here, I just shoved it in this closet, and it's been here ever since.
The worst thing about this lie that I tell myself is that it results in things piling up around the house that I will never actually use, which then just creates more stress and more work for me in the long run.
Now, stuff like these are scrapbooks, and they hold a lot of memories. And I have experience with losing family memories because my parents had some flooding and a bunch of our old family movies and photographs and memorabilia was lost. So these things I'm not going to get rid of. Yeah, I don't have a plan to use them right this second, but I know that I'll regret it if I get rid of these. So family memories, I'm keeping. But I am being careful which ones I keep. I am not keeping every single drawing my kids ever made for me, even though I want to.
The weapon that I'm using against this lie is to not allow myself to keep anything that I don't have a specific plan or use for in mind. If there's no plan, it's got to go.
I did it. I did it. Ooh, it is hot in this car today. I am off to get my daughter and run to the store for the other daughter for snacks, for track meet. It's just, you know, a never-ending list. Never ends. Well, I'm here at the school. It's time to read my book and relax until she comes out the door. And then we'll move on to the next errand. Well, dropped my daughter off at basketball practice, and now I am getting gas in my car, and then it's home for a little while, and then back to pick her up from basketball practice. Truly exciting life I lead. Aren't you glad I'm sharing it with you? You wouldn't want to miss a moment of this. One of the lies that I tell myself when I'm feeling frustrated and tired and like it's all just too much, one of those lies is that I'm just a taxi driver and that's all I'm good for. But I know that that little mean voice is just that. It's just a mean voice. And I have more value than that. My children value me for more than just my taxi driving skills. And I serve a much higher purpose. And every time I drive them somewhere, it's an opportunity for me to have some one-on-one chatting time with them. And those moments, they're going away. They're getting older and soon they'll be gone. So I can't listen to the lies that I tell myself.
So the weapon I'm using against this lie is to deliberately cherish the time spent together in the car and to silence the liar in my head by reminding myself that one day, not too far from now, I'll be wishing I could go back in time and relive these moments together in the car and use them more wisely.
Hey there! If we haven't met before, my name is Crystal and this is my channel Dwelling Delightfully, where I live my life and I talk about the things that I'm learning as I go about my day. I hope you found something encouraging today, and if you have, please make sure to bop the like button. It really helps me out a lot by letting YouTube know that this is a quality video and they should share it with others.
Why is this here? Done.
Another bold-faced lie that I frequently find looping in my head is the one that says nobody else does anything around here that they don't absolutely have to, and that they don't appreciate it when I do. I find trash left everywhere. I cook meals and no one says thank you. I scrub down the walls and wipe up spills that should have been cleaned up immediately when they haven't. I wash the dishes that get left in the sink because someone is too busy with their schedule to keep up with their chores. Out of all the lies I tell myself when I'm tired and hurting and grumpy, this lie that nobody else does anything around here is the one that is the most poisonous. It creates strife and damages not only my own self-esteem, but also damages my relationship with my family. Listening to this lie causes me to feel undervalued by others and overvalued by myself. This lie is so completely false that just saying it out loud for this video causes me to cringe. The truth is that each member of my family has specific chores that they are responsible for, and that we all live very full lives with lots of individual responsibilities and activities. Time is a valuable commodity, and sometimes there's just not enough of it in a day. The little things are going to fall through the cracks because we all get distracted and we all have different priorities. Allowing myself to listen to this hurtful and divisive lie causes unnecessary hurt and lays the groundwork for bitterness and anger. Fighting against this untruth means reminding myself of the things that each of us do around the house every single day. It means being deliberately thankful for the tasks others complete and making sure to tell them how grateful I am for their help. And most importantly, it means telling the little voice inside my head to just shut up, grow up, and take care of this annoying little task as an act of love and caring, rather than being such a grumpy Gus. Does anyone else ever hear that little voice saying, "I don't have time to do that right now"? I sure do.
I just need to peel the labels off and cut the bottoms off these bottles. It's really not going to take that long, but I don't want to do it. I want to do something fun, not this.
What that lie really means is, I don't want to do that right now.
See, it's not even hard.
In reality, it's not a priority for me, or it doesn't sound fun, or I know it's going to take time away from something else that I really do want to do.
Done.
The truth is that it probably won't take as long as I'm expecting, it won't be as dreadful as I'm expecting, and it will make me feel great to have that task off my to-do list. Usually the things that I say I don't have time for will really only take 5 to 10 minutes, and if I would just do them right then, I would be able to move on to the fun stuff, feeling productive and guilt-free. Combating this lie is a 3-step process for me. The first step is to verbally admit the truth. I deliberately make myself say out loud that what I really mean is, I don't want to do it. The second step is to evaluate the task and determine how much effort and how much time is really involved in getting it done. If it's something that can be broken down into smaller tasks that will take 15 minutes or less, then it's time to move on to step 3, which is putting my big girl pants on and getting it done. Sometimes I have to psych myself up for this step, but I can usually make myself do it as long as I've completed steps 1 and 2.
I'm done. That's it. 3 minutes and 52 seconds I watched of this video that's playing. 3 minutes and 52 seconds. They sat there for weeks because I didn't have time. I have 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Now I just have to take them out to the garden shed so they're ready for next year. I don't know if you're like me and sometimes you just lie to yourself in the back of your mind. But if you do, I'd love to read about the lies you tell yourself and the things you're doing to get past them. Maybe you've got some good tips that we can all use to help us get past those lies. I hope you found today's video encouraging, and if you did, please make sure to bop the like button to tell YouTube to share this video with others. I can't wait to read your comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Does anybody else have that little voice that just lies to you in the back of your head? Does anybody else have that little voice in their head that just keeps... I don't know if you're like me and you sometimes lie to yourself, but if you do, I'd love to read in the comments about the lies you tell yourself and what you're doing